Yo, guys. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different today than what I normally do, like on my videos. It's gonna be a little bit more of a serious note. I'm not trying to do some pity video. I'm not trying to do something sad. I don't like talking about my life too much whenever things are going on. But like this is more of a serious note because the whole world is going through this like global pandemic right now. Some countries, my country, is being hit worse than most, and specifically where I live has been really bad. And like I don't know. I'm gonna video talk about this at least with my experience and what's going on. Like I ended up like testing positive for COVID a few weeks ago, and so I've been quarantined. I've been sitting at home. I've had a lot of time to think, and I felt like after talking to a few of my friends, it would be right to have a little video about it. And so like here I am. Yeah. So let's get started on how this all went down. All right. So I guess it all first started one day at work. Like I work on cars. I work out in the heat. So like, I was getting out of the car and I was real dizzy. And I just assumed the dizziness was just from dehydration. Maybe I didn't eat enough that day. Like that's all important when you're working out. It's like 95, 100, like 100 degrees outside. So I chugged some water, kept working. It wasn't going away. Like I was getting like little spots. Like I thought I was gonna black out. I went back home and immediately didn't do anything. I grabbed a Gatorade from the fridge and like crashed. I slept from 5 till 7:30, so I had to get up for work the next day. Like my roommate even came and checked on me because he was like, "Dude, are you okay?" And I was like, "I just don't feel good, man." And then I woke up the next day and I felt like I had just done a really hard workout. My whole body was sore. My arms hurt. My legs hurt. Like I had no idea what was going on. I still had like headache. I was thinking in my head, I was like, well, you're just dehydrated because I've been dehydrated before. I mean, I played soccer in like the desert in college, so like I knew I knew what dehydration felt like. I've been through it before, and it was very similar symptoms, like bad headache. Like it hurt all the way from the back of my head down. My muscles were all achy, and I was just chugging water at work. I got really hydrated, and it wasn't going away. And so the next day, like I literally did the same thing. Came home, crashed. Then I woke up the next day with like a little tickle in my throat. Went same feeling, same muscle aches, same headaches. I went and bought like some Advil from the store, and it just wasn't going away. It just felt like I just felt miserable. And then that was whenever it started to scare me a little bit. And I was texting my friends because we had like there's a big group of us went out the previous weekend, went out to a bar. One of the girl, no one was feeling bad. I was the only one that was having issues. And one of the girls that was out with us said, "Hey, this bar," just on their Facebook put they had a confirmed case. Let's be real, I knew better than to go out, but everybody had been locked down for a few months. Everybody had this urge to go out. Went out, everywhere was packed. I know so many friends that are going out right now too. Like this definitely is something that it sucks because you want to go out and support people, like support, bartenders and stuff who are struggling because they've been out of tips for a while. But you do take like a risk when you go and do stuff like that. And I risked and gambled and it didn't work out for me. Like I wouldn't say I wish I was more safe. I hope me contracting it, I hope I didn't spread it to anybody else, but with how contagious this disease has been, I can't say that for certain. And that's a scary thought to think that I could have gotten someone more sick than I got because of my choice to go to a bar one night. And that's something that I've had to think about a lot, that I've had a lot of time to think about, is like this really is like this isn't about a me thing, it's about an us thing. And so like I really hope that through me doing this little video, maybe we can, maybe somebody wears a mask when they wouldn't, or maybe somebody have a different perspective on it. But so whenever I started getting real sick, I text my friends, yo, blah, blah, all this stuff. One of the girls had already went and gotten tested. I went ahead and got tested. It took a few days for my test to come back. I tested positive, and through those few days, like I was sleeping like 14 hours a day. Like I wasn't like I had no energy. Like I was. This is the part whenever I was waiting for my results to come back was like the scariest moment because that was whenever my symptoms were the worst, and like I couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't take a deep breath like that. If I tried to do anything more than just like little breaths, like if I was trying to say a long sentence and I tried to take a deep breath, I would just erupt into coughing fits. Like multiple times I ended up on my bathroom floor just coughing and coughing and coughing, just like curled up in a ball, just like didn't know what to do. I've had the flu before. When I was a little kid, I had pneumonia. I've had, just regular colds and stuff like that, because a lot of people are telling me they're trying to blow it off. It's like, oh, it's just a cold. It's just like the flu. Yo, I've been sick like that. I've never been scared before. Like, I've never had breathing issues. I've been a runner my entire life. I've always worked out. I've always, like, had good cardio, good health. Like, I could always breathe well. And then, like, I don't smoke. So, like, whenever I couldn't breathe, that was one of the most, like, terrifying experiences for me. It felt like I was breathing in broken glass. Like, I don't know how else to put that. And I just, like, I grew up with in a family where it was like, you only go to the hospital if you're dying. And I was this close to going to the hospital. But I had talked to a friend of mine who had already had COVID. He's a couple years older than me. He was still young. So they just sent him home because they needed the beds for older people. So I knew I would just get turned down. So I decided just to stay home and tough it out. And, like, those are some of the scary, like, the mornings. Like, I was trying to take Riley out. I had a mask on, and I'm trying to walk Riley, like, in the grass as far away from other people as I can, and I'm sitting there just dying coughing, and I couldn't catch my breath at all. It was horrible. Like, it really, like, Riley had so many accidents because I just couldn't physically take her out. I know that's a dumb thing to think about, but that's just something that I had to deal with. And that was the scariest thing to me. And not only that, so I'm having all these coughing pains, right? I'm having all the muscle fatigue. I'm having all the achiness. All that stuff is going on at the same time. I never really had a fever, though, like a lot of people had. But that was just, like, the issues that I was experiencing. And so, like, I don't know. It's been now, like, I mean, I've been, like, I've been quarantined for a while, I guess. And I should be able to go back to work next week. And I haven't had symptoms for a few days. I've been back to normal, healthy. I even got outside and longboarded yesterday. I could actually breathe, and it was nice, Like, I was wearing my mask just in case, and I was, on, like, empty roads and stuff. I was away from people. But it definitely was something scary to me, like, really terrifying. And I know a lot of people have been asymptomatic. Like, one of the people I was out with ended up testing positive as well. No symptoms whatsoever comparatively to me. Hopefully, whenever this is all over, that actually wearing masks becomes something that we do regularly. Hopefully people don't get as sick. That's just the main point. And, like, I don't know if this video is helpful to you. This is just what my experiences were. As my symptoms, like, as they disappeared, the first thing that went away was the muscle aches and the headaches. Then the tickle in my throat went away, and the cough was the last thing to go. Like, I haven't even coughed in a few days now. So it's all been something that's, like, been a slow build up. Like, I did notice whenever I would try to do, like, I started trying to do some push-ups in my apartment a couple days ago before the cough was fully gone, and I was having a little trouble breathing. But now it's like that's seemed to ease away as well. And to where, like, I just, do a whole bunch, and it's not a big deal again. And so it's definitely a slow process, and it was terrifying for me. And so, like, I'm saying it's scary as a 28-year-old healthy average person who was told it wouldn't affect me that bad, who I'm young and it's not going to be that big of a deal. And I personally got scared for my own health and not being able to breathe. And so I've never had that before and never been scared before, and I hopefully will never have to experience that again. So I don't hopefully, if you're in a situation where you think you might be sick, please just go get tested. Like, CVS is doing free testing. So, like, in the United States, you go to CVS, like, it's not even a big deal. Like, I went, the test you go through, you pull up, like, you sign up on their website, you pick a time and a location near you, you go through the drive-thru, you never have contact with another person, like, physical contact. It's all through the glass. You're talking to someone, they coach you through it. It's not a big swab that goes halfway down your throat. It's a little swab. It literally goes about this far up your nose. It's 15 seconds like this, 15 seconds like that, both nostrils. You put it in a little tube, you put it in a box. The person says, thank you, have a great day, hopefully you feel better, and you drive off, and you get your results on an app a few days later. I know you can go on the CDC website, find out testing near you. I know if you look up just COVID testing near me on Google, you'll find plenty of testing in the United States. It's free, at least for me it was. So please go get tested, because even if you don't have it, that's just peace of mind then that you just have allergies. Or if you do have it, you know what to do to where you won't be spreading that to another individual. And so then, like, let's say you test positive for COVID like I did, you go sit at home and stress about your bills. You know, like, I don't know, you watch, there's a lot of great stuff on Netflix right now, man. And so, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's scary, and hopefully everybody who gets it is asymptomatic. Hopefully you don't get it as nearly as bad as I did, and I would consider my case mild. I didn't end up in the hospital, you know, so this is something that we need to be taking serious as a society. And wear a mask when you go to the grocery store and wash your hands more. So that's all I can say. Hopefully this helped out somebody somewhere just a little bit, and just hearing what my experience was. So later, guys.